Lunchbox here, or Chris. Today we're going to be interviewing the Jayders1.
Yo, what up, y'all? What's going on?
This has been something that I've been trying to get in the works forever, and finally we have him here. We're gonna be going through a series of questions, getting to know the Jayders1 and exactly how his upcoming on TikTok has brought him either joy or mental drain throughout the past time that he's been doing it. So without further ado, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you, man. I saw him at a Walmart, and literally, like, I remember I was going to watch a movie. We were watching Internals with my friends. I remember just buying a whole bunch of snacks for all my friends, right? And I just see him. He's like, "Hey, I know you from TikTok." I was like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" And we just started connecting right there. And from there, he gave me his Instagram, and we just, it was so nice meeting you, dude. I love your energy. It was very powerful.
Dude, honestly, the same thing with me. Like, when I first met you, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that maybe, that there would have been a possibility that I would have been shoved off, because I didn't know how most people react to, being approached in public. So, thankfully, I got the best vibe off you. It was the best thing ever.
Dude,
and
thank God. Yeah.
Honestly, from that point on, it kind of changed my life for the better, especially from things that I was going on in the past and all that. But definitely meeting you has been one of the best things that's happened to me ever since then.
God bless, homie.
Yeah. So the first question that I have for you is, what do you consider yourself? Do you consider yourself a TikTok star or an internet sensation?
I consider myself as a regular human being. I'm just here to serve my purpose. We all have choices in life. We either go for what is in our heart, what our intuition tells us, whatever visions we have, and it's your choice to go after it. And being a YouTuber, being a TikToker, it's been about 2 years now, about to be 2 years. And during this time, I'm just following my purpose. I'm just following what I was destined to be here for. We all have something, and then we all just have to go after it. And so for that, I don't consider myself more superior, more better, or cooler, or whatever people, consider that. I don't see myself any different because I'm human just like everybody else. And then so for that, you always got to be humble for what you're meant to do on this earth. So
yeah, I like that response. It's true too. Everybody has a purpose, and I'm pretty sure that your purpose here, that you feel is when you create this content, you're kind of doing it not just for yourself, but also for the sake of others.
Yeah, of course. And I'll tell you, I was in some dark times, man. I was in some really bad times. Cause here's the thing, man. Growing up, I got kicked out of multiple high schools. Oh, wow. I got arrested multiple times. Wow. Everybody knew exactly who I was, and they hated me for it. A lot of people, I would get mixed signals from friends either not wanting to be around me, people who want to be around me, people who like me, love me. I felt so alone.
Right.
And especially when family time was going on, my parents divorced, it really took a hit. Everything was clashing onto me. But one thing about it, I have faith in God. I have a religious belief because I've been through so much BS in my life to where, you know what, I'm here for something greater. And that's what we all have to look back on. Life is about what you do. You're always going to get chances, you're always going to get opportunities, and you just have to follow your heart. Ignore the outside forces. Even if things start going hard, even when people start going against you, society, it will always get better. So from that, I always got to be a humble person about where I came from.
One thing I also wanted to ask you, being an internet sensation on TikTok, at your caliber, with all the followers that you've gotten, what does that entail for you? How do you feel about it? Is it does it feel like too much responsibility sometimes, or do you feel like it's just an everyday thing, without thought?
To me, it's an everyday thing. For a long time, I lost a lot of weight. I was doing consistent work. I was not stopping. I cared so much about what people thought about me. It was a lot of pressure, I always tried to provide content for my people. I did not take no days off. I felt burnt out. I just kept going. I just kept going with my discipline. But then I came to a point of realization that it's necessary for me to take breaks. It's necessary for me to relax and to really, take time when I do things, because, does that really make me a true creator if I'm just producing content over and over again without putting love into it?
Right.
What if I'm just like everybody else, doing YouTube, TikTok for the views, the money, likes, the fame, just so they could be accepted by society because it is shown as a high reputation? Reality is, what's your intention? What's your intention when you do things? What's your intention when you put in work in this podcast? What's your intention when I put in work in making a YouTube video? Is it I do it for likes? Do I do it to be accepted? Or do I do it because I genuinely love what I do and I'm doing it for the people out there that need my content?
That's a good way.
You have to find that intention. Life is all about intention. So.
Yeah. I never really thought about it that way, and it's true because a lot of people, usually they do it for a certain purpose, like they do it for because it's what they love to do. But at a certain point, I feel like a lot of people kind of like they lose themselves when they're doing, when they're making the content and when they're getting huge. Like a lot of people just like lose themselves and they're just like, it feels like they're only doing it just for a certain purpose, like for like a purpose that wasn't originally what they were trying to do in the first place. Like, for example, just for the likes or just for the money, and it's just like...
You know what? I've collabed with certain people that only did it for likes and followers. I did not feel their energy. I felt like, oh, what's the next big viral video we can do? Oh, come on, guys, let's do the next viral video. I'm like, dude, that's not the whole point of being a content creator, It's not.
Yeah.
That's not the point of just whatever you do. You gotta love what you do. You can't do it for a certain amount of, materialistic things. If you do stuff in life for materialistic things, but not the sole purpose, you will never achieve great things. That's the honest truth. You have to do it. Your soul has to be truly connected in order for God, the universe, to really reward you with great abundance. It is all energy, it's all intention. So for that, you have to really be settled on what you love to do and not do what others tell you to do, what society wants you to do. That also adds on, so.
Are you ever scared that everything that you have worked so hard for on TikTok, the followers that you've gained, the content you've made, do you feel like all of that can be taken away from you, or and like you'll be left with nothing like one day? Like, are you ever scared of that moment coming?
I've thought about that all the time. I think about it sometimes too, to this day. But I tell myself, when I do think of that, even if that were to happen, I still got to keep my faith. I still got to keep going. I still got to keep pursuing. But I pray to God every day that will never happen, because I'm going to keep that positive mindset that we hope and it won't happen. It won't happen.
Right.
And if, whatever happens, happens. I got to adapt. I got to keep moving forward. But I know where I stand. And I know what I'm meant to do. So you just have to have that mindset.
Here's my next question to you. Have you been able to figure out what it is about your content that appeals to hundreds of thousands of people?
Ooh, that is a good question. People like my videos here because I'm yelling, or my energy. I believe it's my energy of me just being me. Me just being me. That's it. I gotta be me. If it means I gotta yell like, ah! Ah! Like make faces, do what I gotta do. Be loud. Be loud. That's all I'm gonna do. But I gotta enjoy what I do,
Does your family like
dude,
when you're
my
doing,
God.
Do they ever like walk in on you as you're
Dude,
doing
no,
your videos?
dude. Here's the thing. My grandparents, so supportive. I love them to death. Even sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie, I be embarrassed sometimes creating my videos when people are around the house. Cause I'm like, oh my God! Or like I'll make some freaking voice like, jeez. And I gotta repeat it, or it's just like my family who hears me. I'm like, no. I'm like, ugh. My grandpa's in the other room. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, dude, I'm like, I know. Do it for the people. Do it for the people.
Yeah.
But my mom, and when I was at my mom's house and her boyfriend's house, dude, I filmed there. It was all right, but at the same time, there was problems with me filming at the house. Either I was too loud, either I can't be in the room. Family had made it difficult making videos.
Yeah.
My dad too, he lives with my grandparents. He always got mad at me. There was a time where he yelled, banged on my door, and didn't want me to film a video. But no matter what, I didn't let him stop me, because I still filmed it. I don't let no one stop me. This is my thing. Because, I told myself no one can't stop me but my own mind and the man above. So don't let no one stop you. And so for that, I gotta, it sucked. I have toxic family around me. Yeah. But you have to look at the pros and cons. And I just know it's all temporary. If I could get through this, I could have my own house and be able to be free. Right. It's freeing yourself from your own environment. And, I've been in toxic environments, and the only way you could get out of a toxic environment, for people who are watching this, who have toxic family members or toxic friends, you feel so stuck, you feel like your energy is bringing down. Sure. It's a time to change your point of view. It is your time to see it as a challenge. It is your time to see it as a way to get stronger. Meaning that, how can I see this perception? My dad wants me to stop me making videos? Okay. I see this as a challenge from breaking through emotions of, embarrassment or emotions of feeling fear. I just do it. You gotta test yourself. That's how you gotta see it, as a lesson.
Yeah, because eventually you start to feel a lot really self-conscious about yourself, especially when creating content. I know, for example, when I'm in my room and I'm trying to make some content, whether it's just a small YouTube video, just a little slice of life thing, I get a little self-conscious because I feel like either somebody's gonna walk in the room or, I don't want people to hear me, so I try to keep my voice at a certain pace.
Yeah.
And, that's just but I still try to be myself, and I feel like that's the hardest part, is trying to be yourself, but at the same time,
you can't, because you care what people think. That's where you just gotta do it. I can be like that, and you guys can't. I could have been scared of doing that in front of you two, but I can't, because you gotta be free. Step out of your comfort zone. Be embarrassed. Do what you gotta do. But no matter what, if you are a person, a man or a woman, that is willing to be themselves, willing to be free, willing to be loud, willing to embarrass themselves, that's what makes you different as a creator. That's what makes you great. Because the fact is, you have the guts to be different than everybody else and step up into willing to be uncomfortable. That is the secret.
If you could go back in time and start your TikTok journey all over again, what would you do differently? Or what do you feel like you would do differently?
Nothing, man. Nothing. I don't think I would do anything differently. I think I'm doing what I need to do. Even if I feel like I'm not doing a certain something, I will do it. It's more of me, I wish I started when I was younger. I wish I started when I was 10 doing YouTube. Well, I kind of did. I was recording, but I didn't post, I was young. But I'll tell you this, though. I'm glad I started the way I started. It was meant to be. Because if I started young, I would have probably never done all the bad stuff and all the challenges I would have gone through to where it made me the person who I am today. So for that, it was meant to happen, for the right timing and the right thing of what I'm doing. All I know is skits will never be forever. I'm not going to be that guy who's just going to be known his skits his whole life. Screw that. Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they started off doing skits. That's how they were big, off Vine, skits. Next thing you know, they adapted. Guess what? They're one of the biggest influencers out there. It's about adapting. It's about trying new things. I see YouTube and TikTok as a stepping stone to something greater.
Thank you guys so much for joining us here on this video. There's going to be more videos to come in the future, and my boy Jayders here has been such an inspiration. I honestly hope we can have him here again.
And they will. They will. Don't ever think that. I will come back again, and I will be a lot better when I do come back again. But always remember, y'all, follow your hearts. I hope you learned something new today. My boy Chris, I'm so glad he put me on this podcast. This is, I believe the first episode?
The first ever episode
wow.
of Launch.
So, yeah, this is a special one. But anyway, God bless you guys. Corn Army for life. Make sure to subscribe to my boy right here. Like it, watch it all, and have a great day.